Welcome back to the how to make R play nice with the other letters. This is the grand finale, the thrilling conclusion that I know you've been waiting for. So this is the basic command for going backwards from an ASCII code to letters. We're going to need that a bunch, so we're going to write a little function. A little something to work with. Okay, that's the word messy written out in ASCII format. We can use apply here. This is a very, very straightforward use of apply. We're going to treat messy ASCII decimal. We're going to treat this as a matrix. And then we're going to apply 2 characters. And once again, putting 1 here just says that you're going to do it row by row. I guess I could show. So if you just do that, it defaults to having 5 rows. Okay. Is this true? I certainly think so. Yes. So that confirms we're getting what we want. We've talked about converting back to binary, so I'm not really going to do that in any depth. You can see that that's what that is, and so we do matrix multiplication. Letter to number was what we wrote in episode 2, I believe. So doing that gives us 65, which is A in binary. We'll just store that here. And so now we could just do that that conversion right here and give whatever the result is, we happen to know it's 65, to that function we've just written, to character. And that's exactly what binary to character right here does. Now, if we have multiple letters written in binary, the trick is, again, to create a matrix of the appropriate size so as to indicate where each letter starts and stops. So we've got codes written out. It's 35 bits. So if we do a matrix with 7 columns, well, now each row is a letter. It gets slightly different than the setup we have before. It doesn't really matter whether you make them the rows or the columns. You just have to be, of course, consistent. So once you do that, we can use apply. And that gives us what we want, the word codes. So I've written a function called numbers to text that does this. Binary is, again, a Boolean, but it's slightly different than before because it describes the input rather than the output. So you have a message written in numbers, and if it's in binary, this guy gets true, and you put that variable to false if it's written in decimal. Okay, so good. It still works for codes. And for messy, that was the one that was written in ASCII. And there, works just fine. Now codes, if we had a message like this, it was written out with the 23 subtracted off, like we talked about in the earlier episodes, we could easily convert back just by adding in 23 at the last moment. Adding in 23 is fine. If we didn't do that, shift, we'd have that bizarre business, which we don't want, so we are going to leave that in. And that is it. You have made it to the end of the very exciting series, How to Make R Play Nice with the Other Letters. And I hope this was helpful. Bye-bye.